Hi guys, Steph here once again. Welcome to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to design a post for Instagram and I hope you enjoy it. So I already added my images, brought out the text. So I'm just going to make a quick layout of how my design is going to be. So my intention is to have something like this rectangle here, like that, and I want to make this text 2 lines, like that. And also I want this to be separate lines, so I'm going to copy this, then Ctrl X to copy, then I tap outside and paste it there, so I can come to my pick tool. I'm actually switching my pick tool with the space or control space when I'm inside the text. So I'm going to bring this out, then I'm going to drag this. I want to make this much bigger, yeah, and I want to make this a little smaller. I think I'll make this capital, so I'll come to this properties tab. I mean align and distribute, but I'll come to properties or properties tab, then I select this caps and I select all caps. This option is under the character panel. I bring this down a bit. I also want to do what I did here to this. In fact, I want to do it to everything. I want each to have its own like box. So box like this. So I'm going to hold Ctrl, then I right click to duplicate. So I'm going to cut each and then paste out. So copy this, Ctrl S. Then I put that there also. So I need a little sharp, yeah, our services are going to be in capital letter like that. Yeah, and then reduce the fonts also. So yeah, I think my design is okay. My sketch is okay. So let me move to start designing now. But before I start designing, let us first of all create. I want to draw a square here. I could actually click it and do this, but instead of doing that, a faster way is to just double click. So immediately you have your this thing at the background. So I want to make it much lighter so I can work with that here. So I press space to come to my picture. So I want to reduce this square at equal distance. So now I could drag it here, but it's going to be affecting only that side. So if I want it to go all the way, I hold shift and drag. If I'm holding shift, it gives me that equal distance that I'm looking for. So I'm going to drag in guidelines from the ruler. If your ruler is not enabled, you right click, view, then select rulers. So I just drag this down. I drag this in also. To drag for vertical guidelines, I drag from the vertical part of the ruler. And if your lines are not snapping to the square, what you should do is select this snap to object and snap to page. You might not even really need the snap to page, but object is important, so it snaps to object. Then with the guidelines, if I'm drawing a square now, I want it to just snap to that stuff whenever it's close to it. So I have to select this snap to then guidelines. When I do that, you notice that it's going to instantly snap to any guideline in close range. So now that I've added my margin, I call that margin because I try not to allow my texts go out of that line. So I want to reduce this to half of this. So yeah, that's it. And I want to make this to third. So I'm going to come here and select this one, this object size. I'm going to choose the height here and divide it by 3. I just use that divided by sign, then 3. So there we go. So I can make this bigger, but I want it to be twice this size because this is 1/3 of all the size. So I want 2/3. So I'm going to holding this, I'm going to hold control. So when I hold control, it just gives me the multiple of the current height. Okay, so yeah, I have my first elements of the design there. I'm going to drag in this pure outfit. I want it to be somewhere here and kind of much bigger. So I want this to be closely aligned to the bottom of this element there. So I can easily drag in my another guideline from my ruler there. Perfect. So now I'm going to the last node list. I have this somewhere here and have this somewhere here, and this is closer to here, and I almost forgot this. So I've dragged all my elements. Now I just want to make it look pretty. So here I'm going to bring this touch to the top of my page again. I should enable my snap to page. That way I can easily snap to the top of the page here. Awesome. Okay, so I want to change the font of my texts. So I'll just come to edit, select all texts. So I can now change it to what I want. I want a font called Sora. I love Sora, so it's kind of cool. Then I want to make it bold. Okay, the space between these two lines are too much. So a quick way to do it is to drag in using my shape tool or F10. I drag in this little handle here. That little handle, I drag it up. If I want to reduce the space between each letter, I can use this other handle, but I don't need that for now. So okay, so I think it's fine now. Then yeah, I want this to be much smaller. Let me give it a font size from here. Let me give it 14, and I want to apply the same thing because that's my consistency thing. 14. Okay, so I'm going to select the text individually and bring them on top of this. Okay, so now I can drag this apart to get something like that. So I want to give each rectangle rounded edges. I want to give each rectangles rounded corners. So what I do is I select this, then using this shape tool also, I drag from one corner. So I get something like that. Another way to do this is to select it and come to this top area here, then change the size or the values to whatever you want. I want it to be 5, so I have to type in 5 for all of the areas. A faster way to do it is to actually have this lock selected. So if I change it to, let's say, 2, it affects it at once. So yeah, I'm going to do that for everything now. 5. If I come down to this rectangle properties in the properties panel, I can be able to select multiple and do it to multiple. Then I select 5. Yeah, so there we are. I want to do the same thing to this one to give it that uniform, like consistent look also. So I'm going to drag only this side, and I'm going to hold control and drag only this side. So now I want to drag in images. So I'm going to select this image because I prefer it out of all the bunch Peter sent me. So I'm going to drag it in somewhere here and reduce the size. What I want to do is to like fix this image into this rectangle. So what I'm going to do is I right click, then select power clip inside, Then I tap this. So I want to reduce the size of this because its head is kind of cut off, so I have to select this, then come to edit. So it opens this file actually for me in a cool way, and I can reduce the size here. Yeah, I think I want to reduce this also, so we can kind of see more. Yeah, so I click finish. Yeah, I think that's way better. So I want to do a little coloring, but let's fix in this words. I have to reduce the size a bit. Native viewers. Let me drop the native viewers. T-shirts, trouser, and accessories. Okay, so now I'm going to select colors from this guy's clothing to give it a consistent look altogether. So to do that, I'll just come here to this document palette. This is the document palette. This is the default palette. So every time you open a document in CorelDRAW, this is opened automatically, but this one is only for the particular document I'm working in CorelDRAW. So I can add colors from the palette using to this document palette using this little tool called the eyedropper. Then I can let me pick the. I want to try to pick a very light shade of this orange. And I want to pick a really dark shade also. Yeah, I think I want to pick a light shade of this blue. Then dark. This is black. I don't want black. I want a dark blue. Okay, so I want to add another background now, and I want to give this background this really orange, the light orange. Then I want to give this blue. Or should I give it this dark orange? I think I prefer the blue. Let's check out. I prefer this. And let's make this not too bright. Yeah, I think I like that. Also, let's make this not too bright and make this very bold. Let's use the same color for this. And make this. I want to make this light in color, and I think that's kind of cool. I want to change this color. I feel it's not coming out as much as I would like it to, so I think I prefer this. So now let me maintain the same font for this because it's an element. Let me give it 10. I think 12 is cool. Let's go for 12. So I want to break this down. Give it a knife now. Okay, something like that. And I want to reduce the leading. That's the space between the line spacing. Some people call it line spacing. So I also do that here. Then I come to my align attributes. My align panel. Then I just do this too. So bring it to the middle. A quicker way to do that is to select the shape, locate the center of the shape, then drag it to the center of the shape I want to here, like that. Do the same here, locate and drag. I just need to add one more cool element, and I want to copy and paste this, and I want to get rid of this this image in it, so I can right click, then come to power clip. Under power clip inside, then I see this frame type. I come to frame type, then I remove the frame, and it's now a regular rectangle. So I want it to have this color as an outline. So I do that and I remove the fill, and I think I want to move it aside a bit, something like that. Then I increase the thickness to something like 2, and there's this lineup I want to get rid of. So to do that I'm going to have to convert the shape to a curve. Right click, Ctrl Q, convert to curves. So now when I come to the shape tool, you see that I now have like a very different, the bluish line outline and stuff. So if I select this particular line and I press delete, the line gets deleted. This is our design, and to to look at my design without the outline, I can just right click, come to view, then unselect this guideline. So there's our design. I think it's kind of cool. So this is the end of today's video, and if you actually enjoyed this video, a like and a sub to the channel will be amazing, and I hope to see you again in my next video.